This morning, after I was done driving through Lansdowne, their beautiful city with streetlights in the road, I was sitting in the Gananoque Town Park, I was writing my routine, and a little boy comes up to me. And he goes, "Hey, can you help me with something, mister?" And he's like 4 years old. And I say, "Sure, kiddo, what is it?" And he says, "Well, nobody's answering my question." And I said, "Well, what's your question?" And he says, "Where do babies come from?" And I said, "Kid, all over the world." And I patted him on the head and he left. And he was perfectly satisfied. So I was in Walmart. About 3 days ago. And right, everybody, keep your eyes out, because just when you least expect it, there could be communists around here. And I'm walking through and I'm like, yeah, made in China, made in Bangladesh. And I look at the made in Bangladesh tag, and that tag had another tag that said made in China. And I said, well, this is just ridiculous. You know, I can't support this Chinese slavery that's basically going on to make this stuff. So I go to walk out of Walmart, and a Chinese soldier stands in my way, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hong Tao Pai Wei Fighter!" I didn't know what that meant. So I looked at the subtitles, and it said, "Hey kid, can you buy something? Are you really going to leave without buying anything? My nephew worked really hard on this stuff." That was social commentary, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I like soda pop. I don't like dark soda pop. I like ginger ale. Ginger ale's my drink. But I used to really like Coca-Cola until I found out a really interesting and dark secret about Coca-Cola. Apparently, from 1939 to 1941, Coke used to sell their product in Nazi Germany. And then the US declared war on the Germans, and Coca-Cola wasn't allowed to do that anymore. So to compromise, because they still wanted to make money, they invented a drink called Orange Fanta. And that's where we get Orange Fanta. Coca-Cola invented it to sell it to the Nazis. And I said, wouldn't that be a great marketing campaign? Coca-Cola, we don't pick sides. I was talking to my buddy the other day. I've got some very good friends. And that's one of the really good things about Gananoque is, as much of an interesting town as it is, I've made some friends for life. And I'm talking to my buddy, and we're you know, just chatting it up. And he says, "Man, I really want to buy a car soon." And I said, "Oh, that's good. What kind of car do you want to get?" And he goes, "I think I want to get a Volkswagen." And I'm like, oh. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You're going to get the Volkswagen. I'll buy a crate of Orange Fanta, put it between us, and we can blast Wagner while driving around Toronto getting dirty looks. People often tell me that time heals all wounds. So every now and then I like to get in a kayak and go out to where the Titanic sank and look over the side and say, "Hey, you guys better yet?" Social commentary, ladies and gentlemen. Now, my grandfather served in the Royal Canadian Air Force in World War II. He was stationed in Africa. And he was an alcoholic while there, so he was the best mechanic you could find. But after the war, he signed on with a little company called Avro Canada. And he worked on a plane called the Avro Arrow. And that's what makes me very proud, because my grandfather had a hand in one of the proudest achievements in our nation's history, the Avro Arrow. And I think that was the worst mistake ever made by a Canadian Prime Minister, canceling the Avro Arrow project. Because we could have ruled the world, ladies and gentlemen. And when Canada rules the world, it's not like when other people rule the world, okay? There would have been nice parks everywhere, a Tim Hortons on every corner, and literally everybody on Earth would know each other. You know, we could show up in places and say, "Give us your women," but be polite about it. And that's what's great about us. Now, as you've probably figured out, I love social studies, I love politics, I love history, I love it, I adore it. And the reason that I love politics so much is because I'm not good at anything else. Anything else. I am worse at math than Elections Canada. Because I was taught my entire life that 51% or more is a majority. Not in Canada. In Canada, 37% is a majority, folks. But I frustrate people sometimes, and that's not what I mean to do. But it's just I put so much time and effort into learning about humans and their political habits. And people get frustrated with my opinions. When it comes to politics, I'm a very opinionated person. And people go, "Kid, you just think you're always right, don't you?" And the fact of the matter is, I don't think I'm always right. As a matter of fact, I guarantee I'm never right. But I am always left and correct. But I was an assistant in a politics class in my high school. And I forget this joke. Oh, I was an assistant in a politics class in my high school. I was an assistant teacher. I'm 16, so they wouldn't let me take the full job, and that makes me sad. But one kid raises his hand and he says, Alex, I've got a question. He asked a very good question. He said, what is the fundamental difference between fascism and democracy? And I said, that's a fabulous question. It's a question we need to ask ourselves all the time to make sure that you know what never happens again. The difference between fascism and democracy is, in fascism, a single ruling group dictates the entire ethics and morals of an entire society, and everybody else bows to their whim. And in democracy, you get to choose who it is.